All right, go ahead.
Hey, real quick, I just wanted to count to see how many people we have here today. So can we start here in the front? Right here, you're number 1. All right, so pass it out, that's number 2. Count it out loud real quick. All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are we? That's 9,714 people here today. Oh, 15, I forgot to count the dog. 15.
All right, well, see, we got to warm up a little bit. By the way, I'm Bill Huizenga, congressman from the 2nd District. And I am so happy to be here, but we got to make a little noise, I think. All right, so if you're standing in between the steps, all the way back, we're going to get assigned it to 3 different areas. Over here, when I point you, I want to hear a let, and here I want to see a them and a play. How about that? All right, you with me? Here we go. Now you may be asking, why am I up here? Let me give you a couple of quick reasons. A couple of them are standing behind me right here. This young man, Ethan, I'm proud to say he's a constituent. And I just told him, after all this, I think he's probably going to turn into a political science major. We need him running at some point. But when I saw and heard the news what Ethan was doing and wanting to organize this, I gave him a call. And I got to tell you, I was honored to have the ability to talk to him and to be a small part of it. Earlier, the second reason I'm here is this is my son Will, who's a senior at Holland Christian. And Will had a chance to speak in the fall when it was a little warmer. Will's a football player and was very frustrated about what was going on then. And so Will was up on these steps the first rally, but Will also plays basketball, and he plays unified basketball. Anybody know what unified basketball is?
Yeah!
All right, unified basketball is for special needs students. And what they do is they get groups of teams together with mentors like Will, and they go out and they play basketball. So they're also shut down. And just think of that trauma that they're going through. Well, Will's also a track star. Well, I call him a star. He's good. Will's a good track guy. And it was just tragic in his junior year to see the season shut down. And I'm praying that we have a senior year season, because I can't think of much more distancing about how far he beats most of his team when he's running. That's putting some distance. But we know that there is, okay, we got the West Otto and the Holland folks here. You know he's fast. Couple of pictures up here. But here, I'm sorry, I'm talking smack. Yeah, sorry about that. But in all seriousness, the third reason and the third person is tragic. And his name is Brennan. And I got an email. It's probably one of the most heartbreaking emails I've had as an elected official or as a dad. A teammate of Brennan's emailed me and asked me to be involved and to help, to do anything I could. Because this teammate and Brennan's family, who is watching here, attribute the fact that he didn't have the outlet of hockey as part of the reason why he ended his life. I had a chance to talk to his dad, Brian, a little earlier today. And I know Brian and Ronna are watching this. They wish they could be here in person. But he asked me to say thank you for what you're doing. It was too painful for them to be here today in person, but they are here in spirit. And I'd like to take just a moment, and let's just do a quick moment of silence on behalf of Brennan and so many others that have been struggling with this and have made decisions that have been harmful to all folks. Let's just take a moment. Amen. That's why we're here. That's why your parents are here. This is why your coaches are here. This is why the superintendents are here. This is why people that have been playing sports at a professional level are here. Because they know the importance of what you are doing. And please, please, if you are struggling as a student, emotionally and mentally with this, please talk to your parents, talk to your friends. Don't let it get you. Don't let it get you. You're bigger than that. This is too important. So I'm here for Brian and Rana, the parents who lost Brennan. And I'm here for Brennan's teammates. And I'm here for you. This isn't political. This is common sense. And at the end of the day, we know seniors need vaccines and need to be taken care of, but not high school seniors. We're talking elderly seniors, right? That's what we know the science says. That's where the mortality is. So not the high school kids. So guess what? We're going to get you a season. You like that? And actually, you know what? We're not going to get you a season. You're getting your season back. By being here out there. So one more time. Let us play. Let us play. Let us play. Let's go, guys.
Can we give it up for Bill one more time? Hey, anybody else think that Bill's just dying to play high school basketball again? All right, so we got one more adult, and then we're going to pass it on to our promise. All student athletes for the rest of this afternoon. So who I want to introduce right now? 4-time Stanley Cup champion from the Detroit Red Wings, who is soon to be a part of the Woodward Sports Network. Give it up for Darren McCarty.
I'm going to be really quick, guys, but I got the most championships in this state right now. The capital, I put that, so you have to listen, and I think it couldn't have eloquently been spoken more, but what I'm here for is absolutely the mental part. I'm here for Michigan's favorite stepson, and everything that a lot of you students are going to have to go on the Google or check it out, but there is history, but that's where you came from, and this is what you're all about. And this is what Michigan's all about, and I'm here because I get to do the coolest thing ever and be a facilitator. I'm a battery, you guys are my power, and this is the opposite. So if you ever think what it's like back in 96, 97, when you put a team together, when you get behind what is right and what is wrong, and I use that as culture in the Red Wing organization, this is it. So I'm here because Steve Eisenman's got a job to do, and all the rest of the guys and all the rest of the professional athletes who care about you. I'm here today to say let them play, right? And the mental health aspect. Please, Governor, go to the science. Go to the science, or like Mr. Simonson said, give us an explanation. We've done everything you've ever wanted us to do. Please let them play. I love you. I look forward to seeing you back and playing. Thank you very much.
Hey, throw some t-shirts out there, D-Mac, go ahead.
Here you go, D-Mac.
All right, the next speaker we got is Garrett Sildano. Can we all make some noise for Garrett today? As D-Mac throws out some Woodward Sports t-shirts.
Let them play! Let them play! Let them play! Let them play! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Garrett Sildano, and on April 9th of last year, I decided to
Joey!
because I was so frustrated.
Woody the dog in the house.
Values our citizens' rights and constitutional freedoms. So I started a Facebook group because I wanted to vent my frustration. And so I started Michiganders Against Excessive Quarantine. And within one day, it grew to 500 people. And I said, wow, there's 500 people that feel just like I do. And I woke up the next day, it was 5,000. Later on that night, it was 100,000. Next night, 200,000. The next night, 300,000. And I looked at my wife and I said, my goodness, what people, but that's one thing that this movement has taught me is the power of one can lead to the power of many. So I'm not going to get up here, I'm not going to talk about the government, I'm not going to talk about politics today. It's about these young men and women, it's about these athletes who have decided to stand up. And I don't know what's going to happen. I do know this. Why is every other state in the union playing sports and Michigan is not? She is not following the science and the data because I've been in the science and the data ever since April 9th. So it's up to all of us to come up with the solutions of this because the power has to come from who? We the people. Who? We the people. Who? We the people. Who? You gosh darn right. And so I want to talk to every single athlete here today. I know you're frustrated. I know you're angry. I know it feels like your heart and your soul got ripped up, and we feel that with you. But I understand this. This day right now will change you. This day is going to change who you are and what you're about. Allow this to burn inside your heart, inside your soul, because you are building a foundation of success right now. You are building a foundation to build the skyscraper of your dreams. So allow today to be your finest moment. And don't you ever think that you can't make a difference. God bless you. God bless the state of Michigan. God bless the United States.
Just walked off and said, you like that? And dropped the mic. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I want to play now, don't you guys? Hey, real quick, I want to hear some noise from all my freshmen that are out here today. Where you at, freshmen? How you guys doing, freshmen? What grade are you guys up from? Where the sophomores at? Make some noise! Where my juniors? And most importantly, because they didn't only get screwed this year, but they got screwed last year as well, give it up for the seniors! And at this time, I'm going to pass the microphone over to one of our seniors, Ryan McNeil from Monroe's wrestling team with his teammate, Levi Harvard.
Thank you guys! So as he just said, my name is Ryan McNeil. I'm a senior at Montrose Hillsborough High School. And I cannot even begin to explain the pain that me, my teammates, and every student athlete in the state of Michigan has felt. We've been practicing and playing this sport for our entire lives. When we get told that we can't play anymore, there's just no word for that kind of pain. We are so used to this disappointing news as we've received it so many times before. When does this stop? I'm tired of having this proverbial carrot being raised in front of us and then taken out of our hands. I've had enough of this pain, this gut-wrenching feeling, this heartbreak. Enough is enough. When they said the year was full of surprises, they weren't kidding. I haven't even told my parents this, but when sports got taken away from us, I definitely fell into a dark place. I kind of thought that there was nothing left in life for me. But thankfully, my great teammates and coaches and friends helped me along the way. That cannot be said for every other student athlete in this state. I knew it was bad when my own wrestling coach told us this. They won't listen to us, they won't listen to the science, they won't listen to the MHSA. So there's nothing that we can do. I've never heard anything more demoralizing in my life. But you know what? He was right. They won't listen to science. They won't listen to us. We, the students, they won't listen to us. But we are going to change that. So Governor Woodward and MDHHS Director Elizabeth Hurdle, hear me when I say this. I speak for the 200,000 plus student athletes in the state of Michigan. Let us play! Thank you for hearing me out.
Give it up for Ryan and Levi. Anybody else from Montrose out here? Damn. Your people did you dirty. Hey, we're on Facebook Live up there. That's my buddy Steve. Stick. Everybody say what up to Stick and what up to Facebook Live. And hopefully some of your teammates and family are watching you. You guys all still doing good out there? All right, up next, we got to call up Coach Kevin Marshall from Bridgeport, along with one of his athletes, Jalen Hodges.
Good afternoon. My name is Jalen House, and I'm a senior at Bridgeport High School. I've been playing basketball my whole entire life, and today I'm surrounded by my fellow teammates, the girls' team, and we just all here supporting, let us play sports, the one that we love. Many of us have been working hard to earn a college scholarship. Other states around us are playing, and I just want to know why can't we play? My brothers and sisters that are standing here today support being safe in our part, in our part to not spread this terrible virus. Just look at everyone else playing around the country. Everybody playing safe. All we are asking from the government is to let us choose to play and let my parents decide with me. I went to play my last season with my brothers. It's my senior year, and we want a chance to play and support our fellow dreams to go to college. All we are asking is to give us a choice and let us play.
Good job, Rick. I'm going to be honest. I want to talk in front of our people. But I'm glad to be here today. On behalf of Bridgeport, my superintendent, Mr. Wilson, my AD, Mr. Rodriguez, and Principal, Ms. Collins, I thank y'all for supporting Bridgeport in this fight. I'm going to let the kids and read off the phone with y'all right now. All right, good afternoon. I'm Coach Marshall, Bridgeport varsity boys basketball and football coach. Today, I just want to speak about a couple of things that's going on with the players and the kids in my community. Since we've been going through this pandemic, I talk to my kids about their dreams. And right now, there's a lot of kids that don't know what their dreams going to be. I had kids that lost scholarships because of the pandemic and guys not being able to play the sport and showcase their stuff. And one thing I do is continue to teach these young men, and I talk to the young ladies, even though Coach Punch, that's his team. But I tell them to continue to follow their dreams and never give up, and never let anyone take them from them. In these past couple of weeks, I done seen more smiles on boys' faces, the young ladies' faces when they walk in that gym and they're getting their workouts in, the non-contact workouts. Make sure I say that. We all know that this COVID-19 is serious, but like Jalen said, why can't them and their parents make that decision? I'm a parent too, so I would make that for my kids, and for my kids, I will let them play and I'm gonna support them. And I just want to thank everybody today for being here, and in the words of everybody
The mayor.
on my shirts, let them play. Thank you.
Hey, I don't know what you guys think, but Coach Marshall did pretty good on that, didn't he? Give it up for Coach Kevin Marshall and the whole Bridgeport squad up here today. You know what I love is seeing all the rivalry teams coming out here together, and that's what it's all about, is like they've been saying throughout the day. It ain't us against anybody, because we're all through this together. We're going to get through this fight together and hopefully get back to playing, right? Hey, is there any coaches, superintendents, athletic directors out there? Put your hands up so we can recognize you real quick. You guys want to come on up here, all of you? Come on up, make some way. Let's get them up here. Hey, make sure your coach comes up here, all of them.
Coaches, athletics, and superintendents, listen to me. We need you to get your butts up here right now.
I would not mess with Jamie, would you? Jamie can bring over 40,000 people together in an effort to get back high school sports, so I'm not messing with Jamie. Hey, real quick, I'm going to go call everybody, and I just want you to say your school and shout them out real quick. Go ahead. Coopersville!
Schoolcraft.
Fruitport. Clayton High School.
Hillview. Grand.
Can we get some love for Durant out there? Come on!
Shelton Christian.
Quincy. That voice back on that one, didn't it, a little bit?
Saginaw Small Valley Vikings.
Howard North Central.
Peterson!
Mayor back to school Flair. Rubberville. Let's give Northern Michigan some love. Up Rapids.
Hey, who comes from Northern Michigan out here today?
Tennessee Christian Ballers. Tennessee Christian. Celine.
Open house scene.
Silverdale High School.
And every other school we have today, shout out to your school real quick on three, all right? 1, 2, 3. It is time we continue. Thank you guys all. It's time to call up our next student athlete, Mary Leckman from Imlay City. Who's repping Imlay City out here today? All right, well, let's pretend like we're repping for Imlay City. Make some noise! Good luck finding your people out in the crowd. And where my brilliant Bulldogs at?
Show you what's going on here. This has been pretty amazing. Darren McCarty, former Red Wing, Mike George, he gave exposure to kids. You got 100 Rising and others, former NFL players that
I was on my way to work with my sisters when I got a phone call from friends, you know, we don't find out you're having cancer. I got that feeling that you get before you know your life's about to change. Everything happened so fast. The Friday before that, I was living my dream. I got to play for a district title in front of my whole town. I had finally won that familiar Michigan State trophy. I was playing with my friends and my two sisters. Then a week later, that dream turned into a nightmare. But we understood. We knew we couldn't continue to play school sports. It's been almost a year since then. We understood back in March, but we don't understand now. We know how to protect ourselves. We know the risks. We know how COVID works and who it targets. In the age of information, ignorance is a choice. We're asking for you to trust us. Trust in your children, your grandchildren, your nieces, your nephews. Trust in the future leaders of America. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't believe in my generation. We need to play sports. We have been taking adults' health into consideration for the last 10 months. It is time for leaders to take our mental and physical health into consideration. Just like we did on March 12th. It is time to let us play. We have waited and waited and will not wait any longer. We have done what you have asked. It worked. Now it is time for you to listen to our cries. If there is a time that we need sports, it's now more than ever. As an athlete, I know pain. All athletes do. From the physical pain of a sprained ankle and broken bones, to the mental pain of getting cut from a team or getting called out by your coaches. But no pain has prepared us for the pain of the last 10 months. This is a pain you can't put ice on or tape for the game. You say we cannot play because of the new variant? Then why can we go to the movies, go out to eat, go to the mall? All of these recently... All of these previously mentioned things have no greater risk than playing basketball. So why us? My name is Mary Langman. I'm a junior student athlete at Emily City High School. I play basketball, run track, and have run cross country, although my true love and passion is basketball. I've put thousands of hours into the game of basketball. I've missed parties, family vacations, and spending time with friends. I've spent more time watching game film than Netflix. And I know there are plenty of other athletes standing right here who have done the same for their sport. I am lucky. I will play more basketball. But what about the current seniors who never get another chance to play with their hometown ran across their jersey again? To those who can't afford to play AAU and travel. To those who need this year to earn a college scholarship. To those who need sports as a support system, a reason to go to school, or those battling depression. This is injustice. MLK said, an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And that is one of the many reasons I am here to fight today. Not only for myself, but for those unjustly targeted by the cancellation of high school sports. And with that I say, if Governor Whitmer and the Michigan Department of Health are listening, believe in us. Stop the injustice and let us play!
Y'all better give Mary a big hug after that one. Hey, can we all make some noise for everybody watching right now from home or wherever they might be? I'm trying to hold these papers down. Make some noise. Tell everybody that you love them.
All right. Hold that real quick.
Okay.
Until I introduce the next one.
All right, this next team, we got a whole bunch of people out here repping Frankenmuth. Who's here from Frankenmuth today? We got the whole Frankenmuth squad. Come on up here then. We got a couple speakers from Frankenmuth. The first one I want up here is Ryan Brenner.
Oh, sure.
Thanks.
I would like to give a big thanks to Jamie and everyone else who has given me the platform and opportunity to speak today. Over the past 2 years, my love and understanding for basketball has grown immensely. Growing equally has been my work ethic and desire to play at the collegiate level. In nearly all facets of my life, the harder I have worked for something, whether it be a personal accomplishment or studying for a test in school, the more measurable my results have been, either by grade or self-recognition. I understand that many difficult decisions have been made in an attempt to ensure the safety and greater good of this great state. However, I am asking for a chance to display the countless hours of hard work and dedication I have spent, not only before school, but also in my basement, driveway, and in the weight room, all in an attempt to achieve my goal of playing college basketball. With the lack of a season this year, I have no way of measuring the work I have put in. Whether the results show that I've worked hard enough or not worked hard enough to achieve my goals is secondary. Being left with the feeling of uncertainty is what will not sit right with me. I think I speak for all high school athletes when I say that we can and will do our best to follow all safety practices and procedures set in place to ensure the safety of all parties involved, so long as we are able to compete. I understand and appreciate that our state government has been forced to make tough decisions in order to keep Michigan safe during these difficult times. Many schools, however, have returned to in-person learning by maintaining safe measures and practices. Our high school athletic programs should be allowed to do the same. Thank you, and let us play, and let us play.
Is Davin Rife next?
Maya.
Maya's next. Good job, bud.
All right, next one we got Maya Donovan. Where's Maya Donovan at?
Hello everyone, my name is Maya and I'm a 7th grader at EFR Middle School in Frankenmuth. I play volleyball, basketball, and softball. Some of my teammates are here with me today. I am here today I'm here today to address the leaders of the state and let them know that we need to have
Gotta
our
put those
lives
gloves
in
back on,
control
man.
of
It's
our
cold.
nation.
It's cold.
My 6th grade softball season was canceled, but I was able to play 7th grade volleyball for my school this year. My 7th grade basketball season was cut short, and now I'm just beginning my travel volleyball season. For all of those teams I had hoped to play, then it was taken away, and then it was back again. It's been such a roller coaster and really hard to adjust. There have been times when I've thought, what's left to hope for? I think that's how a lot of people feel right now. The boys in my grade are mad too because they probably won't be able to have a season, and they will not restart our season either. Middle school sports are a time you can't get back.
What's up, Woodward?
And it is so much fun to do the things you love with no pressure about it, and you get to do it with your friends. We all won't have that opportunity ever again. As a middle schooler, I feel a little forgotten because I'm younger than the high schoolers, and our sports are shut down even more than them. Why is the focus on just resuming high school sports and not middle school sports too? When football was able to play, my basketball season was canceled for good. Basketball means so much in our family, as my dad is the varsity basketball coach for Frankenmuth, and his season is now delayed too. That broke all of our hearts to hear that again. We have to travel to other states to play, and most of the teams this year are Michigan teams. When we play teams from other states, we're at a big disadvantage because they have been able to practice and we haven't. Why is it that bordering states get to play without masks and we can't even play at all?
Let's just go through Frankenmuth and let these guys go next.
Kids already struggle with the temptation of doing bad things, and with nothing good available to put our energy into, the temptation is even greater. Our government leaders are supposed to represent us, but instead they ignore how we feel. These lockdowns and restrictions are creating suicidal thoughts for many kids my age. We are told there's light at the end of the tunnel, but we are going on almost a year, and we are told that we are still in the tunnel. How do we know to get to the end of the tunnel if the end keeps changing? It doesn't matter what happens on this earth, God's timing is perfect. He's giving us the time to turn towards Him, to ask Him for help during this hard time, when we can't play sports and feel like we don't have control. We have to put our faith in Christ and that He's in control. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "For everything there's a season, a time for activity under heaven." We are in the season of difficulty together, and we can get through it together in Christ. So I ask of all of our leaders, please open the doors. But I really want you to remember that God's in control. Thank you.
Maya, give it up for Maya one more time. That was amazing. I'm pretty sure the youngest speaker we have today too. Am I right, Jamie? I think it's the youngest speaker we got. Thank you. All right, we continue with Frankenmuth while we have them up here. So let's have Davin Reef up next.
All right, guys. Thanks for letting me come out and speak to you.
Joey, why don't you just use your...
All right. Hi, my name is Davin Wright. I'm a senior at Frankenmuth High School and a three-sport athlete who rarely gets time off from athletics. Saying that, I wouldn't change my busy schedule for the world. Since last March, I've been at some pretty low points. At times, I wonder what my purpose was, due to the fact that I felt isolated from the games I loved and the outside world. This is nothing a high school student should have to deal with, but here I am, practically numb to the pain of any cancellations of the things I enjoy most. As much as it disappointed me that I was unable to finish my baseball and basketball seasons last year, I understood why, because we were unable to participate due to the unknown of COVID. After those cancellations, we knew the risks and knowledge of COVID, and that we should have been able to participate with no pauses, with safety precautions in place. However, this past fall was another roller coaster of postponements, pauses, and cancellations that brought me and most fall athletes into a state of adversity. Although I'm beyond grateful measure that we were able to finish our football season this winter, it doesn't change the fact that myself and high school athletes all over the state have had their emotions played with by the higher powers. This is the sneakiest abuse of power I've seen during my time on this earth. And I have 2 seasons remaining for my senior year, and there is zero reason why we should not be playing basketball right now while the state's bordering us from participating. I don't care if someone wraps me in a bubble or shoves a mask on my face while I play, but I do not deserve to have these special moments in sports taken with me because of a virus with a 99% survival rate. I'm sorry if I come off as rude, but I can no longer sit back and pretend that any of this is okay. So I beg you, Governor Whitmer and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, to rethink everything and look at the facts. Those facts that sports of any kind in high school have not contributed to the spread of COVID-19. I'm not here to rebel against our government or try to call anyone out. But the fact is, I just don't want to lose any more than I already have. We are losing precious time that we don't get back, so I ask you to let us play. Not even for me necessarily, but for the little kid that I once was, who always had a ball in his hands everywhere he went. He deserves this and all the others who would always love their beloved sport.
Devin. Hey, I felt that one, Devin. And the last one from Frankenmuth, can we give it up for Coach Skylar Lay? First, I want to thank everyone for allowing me to speak here today. Nothing I'm about to say is going to matter as much as what these young men and young women have already said, because they're the reason why we're here. And so let's give them a round of applause real quick for having the courage to stand up. They're the reason I'm here. And I can stand up here and tell you many of the same things those who came before me have already said. But we all know why we're here. We're here to say, let our kids play. A year ago today, I never thought we would find ourselves in a place like this. We live in a world now where political leaders want to have more say over a child's life than their actual parents. And we will not stand for that. We no longer live in a world where common ground is sought, but rather scoffed at. Everything that is being done are actions for control. They need, they want, and they have a never-ending hunger for this control, and we are not going to take it any longer. The numbers don't add up. And the cancellation or postponement of sports any longer just wouldn't make any sense. Over 99% of the fall sports tests came back as negative, so what's the reasoning here? Testing may have been an option for the few teams left in the fall playoffs, but testing is not an option for every single athlete playing winter sports. And if we're being honest, the numbers have shown it's not even needed. So what does that mean? Are we going to ask these kids and their families to pay for testing? Does that mean, because the MHSA can't pay for it, these schools can't pay for it. So are we going to ask the parents and the kids to pay for it? So that means only the wealthy kids and wealthy families get to play sports this year? That goes against everything these political leaders claim they stand for. For many of these kids, all they know is sports. Sports will define and shape them in more ways than someone who never competed could ever begin to understand. Whether it's through the individuality lessons of wrestling that teach kids to rely on themselves, or through the team-building lessons of basketball that teach our kids to work together as a team toward a singular goal. Both are greatly needed in today's world, now more than ever, and it shows. You can't put a value on sports. The lessons they teach and the lives they change are unmeasurable and equally invaluable. For many of the young men and women who stand before us today, sports are their whole lives. I know many of the young athletes here today have trained day in and day out since they were 4 years old toward a goal that they hold dear to their hearts. With training comes a dream to be the very best. For most, this dream does not get achieved, but it's not accomplishing that dream that makes it worthwhile. It's the journey there and the opportunity to do so that changes these kids' lives to the best. It's the taste of victory and the stinging blade of defeat that makes these individuals better than they could have ever imagined. Without sports, we are lost, and a life without a dream is not a life worth living. There's always been risk with sports. That's why many don't ever pick up a ball or lace up their shoes, but for those who have had the courage, the choice has always been up to them and their parents to make. I'm here today to tell you that absolutely nothing has changed, and it should still be their choice. Let us play. Thank you. Can we give it up for Coach one more time?
All right, you guys ready?
And if sports has changed your life and made you the man or the woman you are today, I need you to make some noise right now, please. Because they got to hear you, because when they look at just sports as a way to spread contact, but I'm seeing signs that say 99.8% negative test. Turn around, show that sign to everybody. That's the science that we trust, is the numbers, not what they just think. And on this next one, I got to pass the microphone over to an Orchard Lake St. Mary's alumni to introduce the next group of people. I'll call my boy Stick from Woodward Sports up. Make some noise for Stick.
Thank you very much, Joey. First of all, what an incredible turnout today. Make some noise for everybody who's facing this court so we can make some noise so they hear it inside that Capitol building. My name is Stick from Woodward Sports. I graduated from Orchard Lake St. Mary's in the class of '99. High school athletics meant so much to me, even though I wasn't a great athlete by any stretch of the imagination. But it was still about the camaraderie. It was about being in that locker room with my brothers, and it was about memories that I made throughout my entire life with them that we still share today. And I'm hoping all of these young men get to do this. I've watched this guy actually play basketball last year before they got robbed running through the state tournament. And this year, I hope I don't get to see it again. First speaking, Kareem Rozier.
You know, I gotta be honest today, man. I wasn't expecting so many people to come out today, but I thank you all, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. Woo, it's cold. My name is Kareem Rozier, and I am from Detroit. I'm the son of Mr. Elijah Rozier, who is a principal in the Detroit public school system, and my brother Khalil Rozier, who is a Detroit police officer. Both my brother and my dad had significant battles with COVID-19, and thankfully they are healthy today. And I know firsthand how serious COVID is, but I also know how much my community is hurting. Director Hurdle, congratulations on your new appointment. While it is important to communicate this "let us play" message, it is far more important to my community that government leadership understand how hurt, angry, and disappointed we are for being singled out, isolated, and labeled as the greatest health risk to our communities. We're being told through the actions of our government leaders that basketball players, hockey players, and cheerleaders are the greatest health risk to our communities when the data proves otherwise. We're losing trust in our leaders, and we have been asked to sacrifice and do our part, and we did without hesitation. We spent Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's alone with no family or friends. Asking us to sacrifice even more after 11 months, when others can freely go to casinos, bars, restaurants, and bingo halls, is disappointing and causing my community to lose faith in adults making these decisions. This lost faith and disappointment will take years to repair. We understand that we don't produce profits, taxes, or money yet, but we are the future of this state, and we soon will. We may only be kids and not understand everything about COVID, but it's painfully clear that we are being singled out. Like, what did we do to deserve this? We have heard our leaders promise countless times to follow the data and science. Yet my friends in Ohio and Indiana and Wisconsin all started playing 2 months ago, some even without masks. All of those states have seen cases and test rates drop similar to Michigan. I'm just a kid, but maybe that is why 47 other states have scheduled their start dates of winter sports. The data and science are clear to me. Like, what did we do wrong? We hear you say that you are concerned about indoor contact sports, yet football practice inside the last 4 weeks during the playoffs. I promise you, they were not practicing outside in the cold in January. They were in high school gyms and local dorms. Over those 4 weeks, we learned that only 1% of athletes tested positive. Volleyball played indoor in fall, and positive cases were no higher than the general school population. Yes, we actually know what's going on. Respectfully, we would like a straight answer. We trusted our leadership when they said, "Your part." Leadership is about trust. Leadership is about being able to admit when you're wrong and adapt to your strategies. Leadership is about keeping your commitment, like reducing the racial disparities caused by COVID-19. My community prays that you understand the education gap that you are creating by these orders. The lost opportunity to attain scholarship money for many in my community will never be recovered. Educational and athletic opportunities should come before, or at least be in step with those of casinos, bars, and bingo halls. High school students don't get extra years of eligibility waived like the NCAA does. Our window is very short and it is closing day by day. My community urges you to listen to the growing list of 110 superintendents that have publicly written letters stating that it is better for their kids to participate in sports right now. Detroit's great Dr. Vitti is entrusted every day to make the decisions of the safety of 50,000 kids in our community, but not allowed to determine if 12 kids can play basketball after school.
That's right.
This defies all this logic to a 16-year-old kid, myself. We understand and respect those who may view this as just sports. We in turn hope that you will respect us and not label us as the single greatest health risk in our communities when there is no data to support this position. In closing, I thank you all for listening to how I feel. Governor Rittmer, Director Hurdle, and government leadership, I will pray for you tonight. I will pray that we can move forward together because my future depends on it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kareem. So we got Peter and Nwoke going to talk in just a second, all right? Because we just got a special call from a former professional athlete that just called Jamie's phone from Flint.
All right, you guys. Andre Rison from the NFL, okay? Former NFL legend is on the phone with us right now. He was also recently voted the most talented athlete in the history of Michigan ever in the world. And he's on the phone with us right now. So, yeah. All right, guys, we just want him. He's going to say hello. I'm going to try and do this. Hopefully it will work. Andre, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Hey, Andre, this is a little bit ghetto style, but we got to do it, all right? Here we go, Andre. Say what up to everybody.
Hey, that's all right. We're in a time where adjustments have to be made. I'm sitting here in awe. Thank you to everyone that's supporting this. It's not even a protest. It's what's right. And it's phenomenal that people can come together of all races, no matter what color. When it comes to our children should come first. And to the young men and the young women that spoke earlier, and most definitely the young men who just gave the closing remarks, you guys are phenomenal. And trust me, you keep dreaming, you keep your faith, and things will change. And I know for a fact, I played basketball, football, I ran track. I know how much sports means to our communities across the state of Michigan. And I know how much it means to a household, especially during these times, because sports can change a lot of things. Sports can change a lot of things for the better. And hopefully, I'm going to keep encouraging yourselves to stand proud and stand together and wish for the best and continue to fight for the best, because without our children, there's no future. And just like the young man said, if you're taking scholarship monies off the table from these kids who worked hard, not only on the field and not on the basketball court, the baseball diamond, the softball diamond, the volleyball courts, you name it, these kids have busted their tails, and the seniors, this is their last year, and like the young man said, they can't get that year back, and that bothers me. They can't get that year back, and that bothers me, because it's like we're pushing them in a bucket and just moving on, and it's not fair. I just want you guys to take a deep breath. I want you to pray for the COVID people, pray for the families who lost people due to COVID, and trust me, they overstand. They overstand that you guys and girls want to get out there and play and do the things that you love to do and you've been doing your whole life. It's just so frustrating when you have people in empowerment and they wish to use it in the direction that is being used. But we also have to remember, let's stay patient, let's keep our faith, but let's stay hungry, and let's keep adamant about what we're trying to accomplish. Thank you so much for giving me your time.
Can we all say thank you, Andre, on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Hey, Andre, one more thing. Aren't you going for a coaching position here somewhere soon?
Yes, I just sent my resume in for a great institution at West Bloomfield, and hopefully I get a call for an interview, and hopefully, things go our way, and I'll be coaching in West Bloomfield.
We have a lot of supporters here that want you, so thank you. And thank you to Sean, another NFL player, guys, that connected me with Andre, ex-NFL player, my friend Sean, put us together. So we're all going to do something awesome together in the state of Michigan. Me and Andre and Sean, guys. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Bye, thank you.
Getting legends from all across the world calling right now. And we're on Facebook Live right now too in the Let Us Play Michigan group on Facebook. And there's people checking in from Georgia, people checking in from North Carolina, Texas. I'm talking all across the entire country here supporting you guys today. And then the next one we call up is Peter Nwoke.
What's up? Where are you guys from?
Always really cold.
Where are you guys from? Heartland? What up, Heartland?
First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out.
No, I'm not joking. Peter's no joke, dude. This kid's a
So
beast.
my name is Peter Nwoke. I'm an international student from Lagos, Nigeria, with a 4.2 GPA. I will graduate this spring in the top 3 of my class. So just last month, I had COVID, so I totally understand how serious this issue is. In the past couple of months, a number of my fellow citizens and neighbors in Nigeria were murdered in cold blood for protesting against the actions of our government. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be here today and share my testimony in a peaceful manner without the fear of physical violence. So we should not take this opportunity lightly. My journey brought me to the United States for academics and for safety. I feel that I have an obligation and duty to voice my concerns when so many around the world do not have this freedom. We must respectfully challenge our leaders and their decisions to target and isolate just a select few in our society. Cultures do not change overnight. They change with a lack of accountability and ideology from the top. Our culture is changing every day before our eyes. During my childhood, I witnessed firsthand the negative influence and effect that local government can have on our kids. Generations and opportunities were stolen away because of the desire of political gain and power of our leaders. It is with great disbelief and disappointment that I am witnessing these same characteristics in the United States. We must stand together today for transparency, justice, and fairness, or we will lose our identity minute by minute, week by week, month by month, until we can no longer recognize that we have lost our freedom. I'm standing right here, and my coach is over there. These are my brothers and my teammates, and we are here to tell you, Governor Whitmer and Director Hurdle, that our mental health and well-being is affected, and it is just as bad. I pray that you hear our collective voices, and I'm confident that you will. Thank you all for your time today, and thank you for listening. God bless you.
Can we give it up for the Orchard Lake St. Mary's crew today?
Yeah!
Hey, so unfortunately our phone is about to die right now on Facebook Live. So can everybody just make some noise for Facebook Live right there? And everybody on Facebook too, comment, let us know which school you're repping, please. Because we appreciate everybody that's been watching from all across, not only Michigan, but across the entire country. So it's time we continue. You guys good? Anybody trying to go home or not yet? You guys having fun, huh? You got a couple more hours left in you? You're awesome right here. All right, so up next we got to call up Joseph. Don't mess me up. Don't get mad at me for this, Joseph. I'm going to get this, all right? Passalaqua. Did I get it right? Beaverton in the building.
In the building.
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank you, Jamie. This movement has been awesome. And to be a part of it, I'm honored. Good afternoon, I'm Superintendent of Beaverton Schools, Joseph Passalaqua. First and foremost, I want to put it out there that our district has been face-to-face 5 days a week since August 31st. So let us tell you, we know how to control and mitigate.
Thank you, Jamie. Thank you for letting Woodward Sports, Joey. Joey did a great job hosting, man.
So let us control it. We just don't care. The kids want to play. For me, I'm a product of the inner city kid of Detroit, product of the divorce.
We got Lakeshore, we got Eisenhower, we got Kingsley, we got all over the place, man.
And without it,
thank you to everybody.
I would have been statistic of the streets. For these kids, the clock is ticking. We need action now. Just on Thursday,
it's so cold, the phone's about to die, but thank you guys for coming out.
One of the most passionate speeches in Senate education.